Hey everybody, welcome to the Red United States, and this is actually a prologue to the video. And I want to apologize, if you haven't already noticed, you will hear shortly, that comments are disabled for this video. And that's because it's a provocative topic, and I don't want to provoke anybody, and those that are going to be provoked no matter what, I don't want to hear it. I'm not going to change anybody's opinion, nor do I really want to, but I certainly don't need to hear all the infighting. I think we've all heard more than enough infighting for the last, well, at least 8 months, if not 18 months. And so, anyway, that's why comments are disabled. We were downtown Washington, D.C. today. We were on Pennsylvania Avenue, and we were setting up a shot for another video, which we weren't able to do because of the background noise. But above and beyond the background noise, while we were facing what we were going to be setting up the shot for, we suddenly heard a lot of people shouting, and realized very shortly that it was a rhythmic shouting. And there was nobody there when we showed up, but it turned out we were standing, well, in the path of a protest demonstration in Washington, D.C. And I'm sure a lot of you have seen this on the news, whether you're here in the United States, I know you have, or if you're overseas, there's a very good chance you have, that there have been a lot of demonstrations, protests since the election, people protesting the election, protesting the outcome, whatever. And, well, it turned out we happened to be standing in the path of one. And so, yeah, that certainly made it so we were not going to be able to complete our objective that day, because the demonstration marched up Pennsylvania Avenue and stopped, well, literally on the street in front of us to say what they had to say. So we started filming immediately, and then I came in and did my normal, explanation about midway through the video, and realized when I got home that we probably needed to do this prologue to kind of give it some context. Because in the video I say we stumbled into it. We didn't really stumble into it. It more or less stumbled into us. We didn't go looking for this and just happened upon it. We were actually shooting something else, and it just came and found us. And that happens, not often, but it does happen. It is what it is. It's just what is happening in the United States. It's part of real life here in the United States. I don't know if it's good or bad. It doesn't matter. The point is, this is real life in the United States, and it's not typical, because I want to point out, before we go to the video here, that Beverly and I walked 2 blocks away to go to another facility, and you couldn't hear the protest. 2 blocks away in life is completely different. So if you're watching the news and you think that the United States is exploding in one huge uproar of protests, no, it just isn't so. Media will make it look bigger than it is, make it look more important than it is, make it look more widespread than it is, but it isn't that way. These demonstrations are small and by 60 standards benign, but the news is definitely going to make you go, oh my God, the United States is just coming unglued, and it's not. We walked 2 blocks away, life was going on as normal, shops were open, restaurants were open, everything was fine. As a matter of fact, behind where we were filming this protest, there was a couple of dozen young fellows, late teens, early 20s, who were shooting for another YouTube channel, who were skateboarding and trying to do tricks and stuff. And so they're not 100 feet away from this, and it was like they didn't even know it was there. They couldn't care less. They were going on about their lives, doing their thing, having a good time. They weren't making any trouble. Just kids out having a good time. So that tells you that these things that you see are not the big deal that the media, the television and whatnot are making it appear to be. Okay? Life is not coming unhinged here in the United States, folks, no matter what you've been led to believe. It's going on pretty much as it was before. So here we are now in downtown Washington, D.C. on Pennsylvania Avenue on this November 19th. it's November 19th. It's been, what, 8 days since the election? And as you can see here in downtown Washington, D.C., there's still a lot of dissension. Now, I'm going to turn comments off for this episode because, folks, I don't want to hear it. I'm not tendering an opinion. I'm just showing you what's going on here in the United States. This is a peaceful protest. Folks have a right to voice their opinion. A lot of dissent amongst people who don't like who was elected president here in the United States. And they are, as nearly as I can tell, peacefully assembled and protesting that. So it's still going on, folks. I normally don't show this kind of thing on the channel, but we just stumbled into it while we were down here in downtown DC filming some other things. And I thought that I would share this with you. It's not a huge demonstration. You know, I'm looking at this and I'm probably only seeing about 200-300 people. And they seem to be relatively well behaved. I remember the protests of the 1960s, which were significantly larger and in many cases not so reserved. So, you know, this may seem like a big deal to a lot of you folks, especially younger folks, but trust me, in the history of our nation, this is not a big deal. So, thanks for joining us here in the real United States. I'm not going to invite you to make comments this time. Sorry about that, folks. But if you're new here and you haven't already, please pick subscribe, come along for the adventure. We love having everybody with us. And as always, thank you for watching.